Hello, my name is John Reed. I've been in the Army for 23 years, and today I would like to demonstrate the proper way to break down and reassemble an M4 5.56 carbine rifle. First, the rifle is made up of a couple different pieces, an upper and a lower, the muzzle, and a collapsible forearm. This is an ACOG scope. First thing you'll do is you'll push a pin out right here at the bottom. The weapon will come apart like this. Push a pin out here, and this will allow you to completely remove what is called the lower. Inside the lower has the sear, which has the trigger mechanism on it that allows you to select it from semi to safe to burst. Next thing is the charging handle. You pull the charging handle back. As you can see, this will allow the bolt carrier to come out. Pull the charging handle out, flop it down, and it comes out like this. It's called the charging handle. This whole piece is considered the upper of the rifle. Take this off. It comes off. Now for the bolt carrier. All you have to do is pull the firing pin retainer out. It's just a simple little Carter key that holds the firing pin in. This is the firing pin of the rifle. Push the bolt down, the bolt cam lock, twist it and turn it, and the bolt cam lock comes out. The bolt cam lock is what holds the bolt inside the bolt carrier. Pull the bolt out, and then all you have is a bolt carrier, a bolt, a firing pin, a cam lock, a bolt cam lock, firing pin retainer, along with your upper and lower receivers. Inside your lower receiver is the buffer and buffer spring. What the buffer and buffer spring does is when you charge the weapon, it pushes the buffer and the buffer spring back in here, and then when you let it go, this buffer and buffer springs pushes the bolt back forward. When you reassemble it, all you do is put it back in there like that. Show you a quick little firing pin goes inside the bolt carrier. When it strikes the round, just that little bit of silver piece there sticking out inside the bolt carrier there is the only thing that actually strikes the round and causes the round to go off. You can see it right there. So then you can break the bolt carrier down, or the bolt down, into, this is what's called the extractor. This is what grabs the round on the top of the lip of the round right here and actually extracts it out of the chamber when the round is fired. Put that back in there. So now we're going to reassemble the bolt. If I find it. Bolt carrier, bolt. Put the bolt inside the bolt carrier. Twist it. It only go one way. The bolt cam lock. Put it inside there. Twist it. Put the firing pin down inside there. Make sure it's seated all the way to the bottom. Put the firing pin retainer, because what it does is retains the firing pin from coming back up out of there. Then we're going to put the bolt, put the charging handle in. To do the charging handle, you insert it like this, just a little ways, slide it in to where it sets in there. A bolt, if it's clean, it should pop open like this. Make sure it's in there. You do is slide it forward till it locks into place. Take your upper and your lower. Put them back together. What they say, marry them up. Push this pin in. Upper retainer pin in. Now we're going to do a functions check on this weapon to ensure that I put it back together correctly. Pistol grip on it. So how you perform a functions check is you squeeze the trigger, you pull the charging handle back one time, let it go. You'll hear a metallic click when I let off the trigger. Then you pull the trigger. It fired. It's together correctly in the semi mode. So now I select it to burst, 3-round burst. Again, I hold the trigger down. I pull it twice. You should hear a metallic click. Hear the click, and then you pull the trigger, and it fires. One of the last things you always want to make sure is, before you store your weapon back in the vault, you want to make sure that the bolt's charged, it's setting on semi, the selector is on semi, and the trigger's pulled. The way you will know if the trigger's been pulled, obviously, is by pulling the trigger, or if the weapon is on safe, you'll know that the trigger's, that it's charged and the trigger's pulled. So you'll have to pull it like this, pull the trigger. One of the last things you want to do is always close the dust cover to your weapon. Today I have showed you guys how to properly break down and reassemble a 5.56 M4 rifle, standard issue of the United States Army. Thank you.